Good morning, students. So let us start the remaining chapter which was left yesterday before yesterday. We have started chapter 2 federalism. First we have discussed what do you mean by federalism. Then we have discussed the unitary form of government and federal form of government. Then we have discussed about features of federalism. So today we will start one new topic, that is forms of federation. It means there are two types of federalism. One is coming together and second is holding together. So we will discuss about these two things today, coming together and holding together. First we will start about coming together. Coming means the states which have come with their own choice. It means they are not forcibly mixed up with the other states. For example, it is given independent states coming together on their own choice to form bigger unit. It means when different states with their own choice they will make a bigger unit with other states, so that is called coming to together federation. All states have equal power. In this, power is given equal to every states. Then increase security by pooling sovereignty and retaining identity. Why they have come together? To increase their security, because if a single state will be there, so they have insecurity, and if they are so many countries, so they can increase their security. And pooling sovereignty means independence. It means they are also remain independent. And retaining identity, and their identity is also remain because they are equal in their identity. Now which countries are the example of this? USA. You know very well that USA is a abbreviation, and when we will give the complete meaning, it become United States of America. It means it is a combination of or mix up of so many states. Approximately 50 states are there. So you have seen in the flag of USA there are 50 stars in the flag. So this is the symbol of their different states. So USA, United States of America, Switzerland and Australia. In these countries, federalism is coming together. It means in these countries they have made up of different states, and these states come to their own choice. Means they are not forcibly taken into the country. So this is the coming together. Now next will come holding together. Next will come holding together. Large country decides to divide power between central and state government. It means when there is a large country and single government cannot do the work properly, so at that time what they are doing, they divide the power between the central and state government, so that they can do work properly in the country. For example, in our country we have seen when our country become independent, at that time British government has given only to us the provincial states. They have not given to princely states. It means they have not given any, or they have not mentioned in their independence for the India that princely state will come with India or not. They have left them on their own choice. Princely states were those states which were controlled by the kings and rulers. So after the freedom, after the independence of our country, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, you know very well, a famous man, and on his on his name there is a statue of unity. Why this statue of unity made? Only on this basis, because he has collected, or he has united the remaining states which were princely states to our country. That's why he is called he is called Iron Man of India. So large country decides to divide power between central and state government, that is called holding together. In this type of government, more power is in hand of central government. All powers are not in the hand of central government. Some power they are giving to state government. Central government has more power than the state government, that we have discussed. Power is not equal. It means central government have more power and state government have less power. Example is given India, Spain and Belgium. So these two types of government, or these two types of federation we have discussed, coming together federation and holding together federation. Coming together federation, we have understood that the country, those who states, those who come their own choice, and they will make a bigger unit. Like USA, we have seen United States of America. It is a combination of so many states. So in this way they are known as coming together federation. In this, the power is equal of all states. But in holding together, what we have seen, one government for the complete country, and remaining states which are in the country, they are holded by the state government. So in this is the difference between coming together and holding together federation. Example, you have seen USA, Switzerland, Australia. These are coming together federation, and holding together India, Spain and Belgium. Now next topic that we will start these are given list, union list, state list and concurrent list. What are these lists? We have discussed in this chapter about the level of government. We have discussed central government, there is a state government. So what are the powers given to the central government, and on which subjects central government will make the law, and on which subject state government will make the law. These things will come in this union, state list and concurrent list. Okay, so union list, you know very well, it is given word union. Union means central government, it is the part of central government. State list, this is the states, and concurrent both central and state. So let us discuss one by one. First we will discuss about the union list. What is this? This list has subjects of national importance. It means in union list the all subject which are coming in the national importance. For example, it is given defense, army. You have not heard anything about the Haryana army, Punjab army, you heard Indian army. So defense, Indian navy, Indian air force, you have not heard about any states about this. So at that time, anything which is related to army, that will be considered by the national importance. So on this, any law which will be made, that will be made by the central government. There is no permission given to state government. Banking, you have seen, known banking, currency, you know very well, there is a Reserve Bank of India, they are issuing the currency, but no state government has given power to make the currency. Foreign affairs, if we want to contact with other countries, so at that time it is the in hand of central government. Central government will give the permission, then we can do the work with other countries. So in union list, there are subject of national importance. Union, central government alone can make the law, state government will not interfere in these things. Example is given defense, banking, currency, foreign affairs, etc. There are अप्रोक्सीमेटली 100 सब्जेक्ट्स. सब्जेक्ट्स का मतलब क्या होता है? विषय, जिनके ऊपर कानून बनाने का अधिकार किसके पास है? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास है. सो यूनियन लिस्ट, इसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं संघ सूची. इट मीन्स इट इज़ रिलेटेड टू द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट विल मेक ईच एंड एवरीथिंग ऑन दिस 100 subjects. Then next is given state list. State list has subjects of local and state importance. They are coming in the criteria of state government. State government alone can, in this type of list or state list, central government will not interfere. They have given power to state government. State government will do as they wish. State government जैसा भी चाहती है वो अपना रूल रेगुलेशन बना सकती है. वो कौन से हैं देखो. Example is given police. You have heard about Haryana police, Punjab police, but you have not heard about Indian police. Okay, so you have not heard about Indian police. Trade, it is also given to the every state that they can do the trade with other states also. Commerce also, agriculture and irrigation. Irrigation सिंचाई को बोलते हैं, you know very well. Water supplies को बोलते हैं. So these are the subjects come in the state list. It means in these subjects power is given to state government that they can make their own law and they will do as they wish. How many subjects will come in state list? There are 61 subjects. Like union list there are 100 subjects, state list have 61 subjects, because we have already discussed in the previous holding together federation that more power is given to central government. So subject also according to this they have more subject and state government have less subjects. Now next will come concurrent list. Concurrent list in Hindi we are calling it Samvarti Suchi. Samvarti Suchi. So what is the meaning of concurrent list? Has subject of common interest both central and state government. It means in this the law can be made by the central government also and state government. Both have the power, they can make the law. Both the central and state can frame law. They can make the law on this. But remember this thing, if there will be any conflict or confusion between the central and state government, at that time the law which is made by the central government that will be followed, not the state government. It means there should not be any conflict. If there will be no conflict, then state government will make their own and central government will make their own. But if there will be any conflict, so at that time they can not do. For example, I will tell you about one thing. HTET you have heard, Haryana Teacher Eligibility Test, and you have heard one about CTET, Central Teacher Eligibility Test. Central Teacher Eligibility Test, it is given by the central government of India, or you can say CBSE, and HTET it is given by the Haryana board. So it is only applicable in Haryana. CTET is applicable in complete country. So there is no confusion and conflict between the central and state government. Both have made their own. Same way like RTET also, PTET also, Punjab Teacher Eligibility Test. So every state has given this power. So they can make their own law. And central government have also make the law. Example is given of this subject is education, that you already heard. You are studying in CBSE school also, and some students they are studying in Haryana board also. But there is no restriction in any states that they cannot study in the CBSE school, they have to study in Haryana board school. So this is given permission, or this is given power to both central and state government. That's why it is possible, otherwise it is not possible. If it is written in state list, then we have to study only in Haryana board school. If it is given in union list, then we have to study only in CBSE school. But it is coming in the concurrent list, so we have the opportunity to we can study in both. Then forest, trade union and marriage, these all are coming in the concurrent list. And how many subjects are there in concurrent list? There are 52 subjects, 100 in union, 61 in state list and 52 in the concurrent list. In this both have the power. But remember this thing I am telling you again and again, that if there will be any confusion between the central and state government, at that time central government have the power to use it, and their rule and regulation will be followed by the state government. Now last topic of today's, that is residuary power or residuary subject. What is this? Residuary means avsesh, bachi hui. It means when India became independent country and when our constitution was framed, at that time some subjects were not there. For example, software, computer software. At that time there was not so much use of computer software, and there was nobody knows about this computer software. Subjects that do not fall in any of these three lists are included in the residuary subject. It means when these lists were made, and at that time some subjects that were not there and some subjects were created after these lists. So at that time what happened? These new things were created in our constitution, residuary subject. Central government has the power to make law on this residuary subject. You know very well on residuary subject. For example, computer software. There is no IT minister in the state government. There is no IT minister in the state government, but there is IT minister in the central government. So it means the power given to central government. So residuary subject, अवशेष शक्तियाँ, अवशेष विषय जिनके ऊपर कानून बनाने का अधिकार किसके पास है? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास है। और ये क्यों बना? क्योंकि जब इंडिया इंडिपेंडेंट हुआ, डेमोक्रेटिक बना कंट्री, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इम्प्लीमेंट हुआ, एट दैट टाइम ये सब्जेक्ट नहीं थे। अब ये नए सब्जेक्ट आए हैं, तो इसलिए क्या करना पड़ा? गवर्नमेंट को एक नया रेजिडुअरी सब्जेक्ट के तौर पे करना पड़ा, जिसको हम बोलते हैं अवशेष शक्तियाँ, एंड एग्जाम्पल इज गिवन कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर। ओके, सो दीज थिंग्स वी हैव डिस्कस्ड and you will read in your book also, and if you have any doubt you can ask to me also, because this is very important thing for you. You have to know these things because you are the citizen of this country, and we have to know about these all things. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe and stay healthy at home.